All right, so compound interest is one of the more common ways that exponential and logarithms are used in the regular person's everyday life. Not that anyone sits down and maybe does this on their own, but it is the way that we would be able to figure out how much money would be in our bank account, what kind of interest rate we're looking to earn, or not necessarily interest rate, but what rate of return we're looking to earn on investments and things like that, so that we have a specific amount of money at some point in time. All right, we can kind of look at different things, compare things, and whatever. There is a compound interest formula that's right here. All right. A of t equals P 1 plus R over N to the NT. A lot of letters. If we don't know what the letters mean and we don't know where to put the numbers, we're just randomly putting numbers in places. It's not going to go real well. All right. The letters are explained right here. My OneNote's being a little slow today. A of t is the final amount, so it's how much you would have at the end of whatever your investment is. P is the principal or the starting amount. All right, the principal or the starting amount that we would have and put into our investment or into the bank account. R is an interest rate, could be a rate of return, could be a different rate, something to do with earning interest on our money. All right, it needs to be a decimal every single time, no percents. All right, N is the number of times you get interest each year. We'll talk about that in a second. And then T is the number of years. All right. So now one thing, 7%, any percent. You take the number and divide it by 100 and it gives you 0.07. All right. Or you move the decimal 2 places to the left. All right. We have to know how to change percents into decimals. All right. Finishing up here. N is called compounding. You'll see the word compounded sometimes. Compounded or compounding. All right. If interest is compounded annually, it means you get interest one time per year. Semi-annually 2, quarterly 4, monthly 12. We have to look out for those because they make a huge difference in interest. All right. Compounded means that you get interest instead of getting 3% interest one time a year, you'll get a portion of that. If you're doing it monthly, you'll get a portion of that each month, and it ends up being so that you get more than 3% interest in a year because you get interest in little bits at a time, and then that interest actually earns interest. All right. So that's what compounding means. We're going to talk about continuous interest later in the unit. It's going to use E. We'll deal with that when we get there. All right. And you're always going to be missing one piece, and you'll often need to use logarithms. All right. You need to use logarithms to solve for the missing piece. Remember, exponent. All right. In this formula, in these problems, if we are looking for a piece of the exponent, we have to use logarithms. Otherwise, they are calculator questions. All right, meaning that we have to move things around using algebra. All right, the algebra might not look super straightforward and easy, but it's not going to be that bad to do. I would suggest you do at least 2/3 of these problems to make sure that you understand where the numbers go and then how to deal with the equation once you have the numbers in the proper places.